Here is the automation section. Only users with the full or manager UPLs can access automation. Please note that all of these workflows are inactive as indicated by the slider being to the left. If a workflow is active, the slider would be to the right and a green color. Automation is achieved by using workflows. A workflow requires an existing campaign or multiple campaigns to be used for automation. A workflow automatically sends a targeted campaign or multiple campaigns to specific audience members based on what are known as trigger events. Here are some workflows that have been used. There are some metrics showing the total sent count and the open and click rates for each one. A trigger event could be a contact whose email was just imported, whose contact record was changed, a contact who just signed up or clicked in a campaign, or it can be date-based, among other options. For example, a change to a contact's record could be that a student became an employee. Let's open a workflow. Select the drop-down arrow for the desired workflow and select Edit. In the resulting screen, the metric details appear at the top and the workflow criteria appear below it. In this example, the workflow is using one of the contact lists, has a trigger event that is date-based, and has time dependencies. In this case, it has 2 different campaigns scheduled to be sent at different intervals. To get back to the workflow listing, select the Workflows link. Let's show how to create a basic workflow. Select the Create New Workflow button. The new workflow screen appears. Enter a name in the workflow name field. We'll use email direct new contact signed up. Let's copy and paste the text. Place the cursor in the audience field. The Choose Your Audience pane appears on the right. There are options to choose the Groups tab or Segments tab. Select as desired. Let's leave it with the default, any contact in my audience. Select the Confirm button near the bottom of the pane. Place the cursor in the Trigger Event field. The Choose a Trigger Type pane appears on the right. A trigger event is the action that will cause the workflow to fire. The options are email sign-up, contact import, date-based, field change, link click on a specific mailing, link click on any mailing, custom API event. Let's select email sign-up. Select the Next button near the bottom of the pane. The Choose Your Sign-up Sources pane appears. The default shows All selected. It reads, this includes all current and future sign-up forms, contacts added via the Add button in the Audience section, and contacts using the API's add and sign-up calls. And there is the Your Sign-up Forms section. Let's select a check mark for Your Default Sign-up Form. Select the Next button near the bottom of the pane. The Confirm Your Trigger Settings pane appears. Review it. Let's proceed. Select the Confirm button near the bottom of the pane. For workflow, there is the Add Action button. Use the Add Action button to either choose a mailing to send through the workflow or add a waiting period. Once you add at least one mailing followed by one wait step, you'll have the opportunity to branch the workflow if desired. Let's select the Add Action button. The pop-up box options show wait or send mailing. Let's select Send Mailing. The Send Mailing pop-up box appears. Select the drop-down arrow for Mailing. In the mailing list, find and select the desired campaign that was sent. The review screen appears. Edit the campaign and/or send details as desired. Select the Save and Publish button when ready. The workflow screen reappears. The selected mailing name appears after the words Send Mailing. Select the plus icon. The pop-up box has wait. Select it. The wait pop-up box appears with the option to input a number and the corresponding time frame in the drop-down list. The options are hours, days, and weeks. Input and select the desired number and time frame. Let's do 1 days. Select the Done button. The screen shows what you selected, and another plus sign icon appears. Select the plus sign icon to continue with the other options if you have multiple campaigns that you want to include. Once you are satisfied with your workflow, select the Save Workflow button at the bottom. It will flash the word Saved in the same button and return to Save Workflow. To the left of it, slide the toggle from Inactive to Active. The workflow is saved. Let's return to the Automation landing screen. Select Automation in the primary navigation bar. The workflow appears in the listing with the slider on to indicate that it is active. To deactivate a workflow, slide the slider to be inactive. The Are You Sure You Want to Deactivate This Workflow pop-up box appears. Deactivating this workflow will remove all contacts currently in the workflow from the workflow. These contacts will not pick up where they left off if you reactivate this workflow. Select the Deactivate Workflow button. Should you want to delete the workflow, select the drop-down arrow at the far right for the workflow listing. In the pop-up menu, select Delete. The Are You Sure You Want to Delete This Workflow pop-up box appears. Select the Delete Workflow button. And the workflow is deleted.